What is happening, guys? Cowboy here. Welcome back to Far Cry 5. And it's been a hell of a journey so far, but it's getting close to coming to an end. We make our way on over to the compound in Father's Church. Hop out here. I mean, the last time we were here, there were a buttload of people with guns. Right now, that doesn't seem to be the case. In fact, it's too quiet. Those look like bliss bombs or something.
And when the Lamb broke the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of the martyrs, slain because of the word of God. You made martyrs of my family, and I am prepared to do the same to yours.
Oh, so he's super drugged a couple people.
But God is watching us, and He will judge us on what we choose in this moment. I told you that we were living in a world on the brink, where every slight, every injustice, where every choice reveals our sins. And where have those sins led us? Where have those sins led you? Your friends have been taken and tortured, and it's your fault. Countless people have been killed, and it is your fault. The world is on fire, and it's your fault. Was it worth it? Was it? When are you gonna realize that every problem cannot be solved with a bullet? When you first came here, I gave you the choice to walk away. You chose not to. In the face of God, I'm making you that offer one last time. You put down your guns. You take your friends. You leave me my flock. And you go in peace.
Go in peace. You're fucking insane.
Is he? We never should have been here in the first place.
You know what to do, Rook.
Remember. God is watching.
Honestly, fuck this guy.
Every slight.
Oh wait, resist doesn't do anything. I wanted to like shoot him in the face,
Injustice.
but instead we're just sitting.
And every choice reveals our sin. John was wrong. Your sin is not wrath. You'd rather watch the world suffer and burn than swallow your pride. And the Lamb broke the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. And the sun became black, and the moon turned to blood. Your friends now see the truth. They welcome Eden's gate into their hearts. They will die for me.
Oh no. Oh, for real? So I guess I gotta knock him out and revive him.
Thanks.
They'll be on my side now.
Let's get this bastard.
Stop that. Stop that. No, stop that. No, he is mine.
Be gone, demon!
God damn, rookie. You pulled my fat out the fire.
No, he's mine. Get off of him.
Together, we are one! Jesus fucking Christ.
See, what he doesn't know is that I've already knocked down and picked up my people so many damn times that
Sweeter now, when the wall falls.
it's just, you know, another day at the farm, basically.
That was crazy. But I don't think it's over yet. Keep on your toes,
I
Rook.
gave you every chance, and you threw it all away. You brought the world crashing down around us. Don't you see that? Together, we are one.
Coming for you, deputy.
Together, we are one.
Well, that was weird.
Stop picking people up. Leave them on the ground till I get to them.
Fury of the Lord.
What the fuck happened?
Your pathetic mob will stand before the storm. This is totally fucking crazy. What the fuck is he coming back? You've done, everything you earned, everything you fought for is for nothing. Together, we are one. Sweet fucking Christ!
Jesus. Let's get this.
Oh, fuck! Joseph Seed, am I right, amigo?
Take him down hard.
You don't know what you're doing. Only I can save you. You have to believe me.
Is it finally done?
Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do. And when the Lamb opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven. And the seven angels before God were given seven trumpets. And there were noises, thunderings, lightnings, and an earthquake.
Joseph Seed, you're under arrest.
And I heard a great voice from the temple say to the angels, "Go your ways, and pour from the vials the wrath of God upon the earth." It is finished, child.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sing great.
Hudson, you take it back!
He wasn't right. If anything, this is like a nuclear attack. This has nothing to do with the end of the world.
Jesus fucking Christ, kid. You see this shit? Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, get to the goddamn bunker now!
We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die.
This isn't the reckoning of God.
We're gonna
Besides that, if there was a nuclear attack, who would make Montana ground zero?
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
California makes sense, given the extremely high amount of population and industry. No one's going to attack Montana. This has all got to be some really bad trip.
Attention. This is the emergency broadcast system. Take shelter immediately. Take shelter immediately. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill.
You know what this means? It means the politicians are winning silence. It means the corporations have been erased. It means the world has been cleansed by God's righteous fire. But most of all, it means I was right. The collapse has come. The world as we know it is over. I waited so long. I waited so long for the prophecy that God whispered in my ear to be fulfilled. I prepared my family for this moment. And you took them from me. I should kill you for what you've done. But you're all I have left now. You're my family. And when the world is ready to be born anew, we will step into the light. I am your father. And you are my child. march to Eden's gate.
Is that it? Oh my god, that's actually the end. Wow. Well, gotta say, I didn't see that coming. Well, as always, let's do a review. So, well, first things first, let's talk about this ending, because that was fucking terrible. This has otherwise been a fantastic Far Cry experience. You know, I did some co-op with Bobby the other day. That was a blast. Haven't uploaded it yet, but probably will. You know, so solid multiplayer integration, plenty of stuff to do. Like, you could go in any direction and find stuff to do. I liked how you had a good split of, like, modern weaponry, but at the same time, if you wanted to use, like, an M1 Garand, you can pick up and, you know, run with something like that. The explosions were delicious. Lots of blowing shit up. I like the easy access of, like, the helicopters and all that, but god damn, that ending! Oh, what the fuck? Ubisoft, come on, man. Alright. Anyway, let's look at this in a objective fashion. So first up, gameplay. I would consider the gameplay solid. I think that in terms of comparing this to other Far Cry games, this reminded me the most of, like, Far Cry 3. You know, 4 had basically the same mechanics as 3, but the big downside of 4, honestly, was just the story was such dog shit. Like, you couldn't really get into it, you know? The character didn't have any motivation to be there. He came to basically release his mother's ashes and got roped into a civil war, which was dumb. Whereas 3 was awesome, you know? Like, you're just on vacation and, surprise, now you're captured and, you know, you're all being sold off as sex slaves. So, definitely a good motivation. And Primal was kind of like them trying something new. You know, there were some things that were cool about Primal, but at the end of the day, I want my guns and my explosions, which you don't get that in Primal. So, I thought this was a good return to I don't want to say the roots, because, you know, Far Cry 1 and 2 are nothing like the more modern Far Cries, but this is more a return to the Far Cry that I enjoyed playing the most. In terms of multiplayer, I like that we have a custom map editor. That alone is awesome. I know I haven't really uploaded much on that. I'll have a video of that coming up kind of soon here. But, man, dude, the multiplayer is actually pretty freaking fun. I mean, we were doing something the other night on stream, and then we played, like, a map that was basically like Counter-Strike. We played like a PUBG type map. We played one where you were running around as either a wizard or a warrior or a rogue killing each other. Number of different multiplayer ones, maps that had low gravity and allowed you to jump all over the place. Maps where the whole thing was basically just melee and throwing weapons. Like, the fact that they gave players the ability to just create maps is awesome for the longevity of multiplayer, and that's always been true in any instance it's been done. I mean, hell, look at Warcraft 3's custom map generation. It fucking spawned Defense of the Ancients, which basically took off with Dota 2 and League and Heroes of the Storm, and, you know, all those MOBAs wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the custom map generation aspect of Warcraft 3. So, huge kudos for them doing something like this with this game. Top of that, the drop-in, drop-out co-op, bring a buddy along. Supposedly you can bring 2 different friends along. I haven't gotten that to work yet, but some of the other guys that I've talked to have. So I'll have to test more around with that. But that's awesome, you know. Multiplayer co-op is always a blast. Let's talk music. You know, the original music, the religious bullshit stuff, as much as I didn't like it, I think it was really well done. I think they had a decent selection of also copyright style music, stuff like Barracuda. But I feel like a lot of it was kind of limited just to, like, you know, that particular mission. And I wish you would hear those songs more on the radio. I feel like a lot of the songs that, you know, we'd hear in passing as we were playing the game, you would only hear them during that one event, and that was it. And I would have liked to see more variety in the radio in general. Like, most of the time I'd, you know, flip the radio and it was either, like, kind of one song that was kind of obscure or the religious bullshit like this. So, I mean, there was good music, but I don't feel it was very accessible. In terms of technical execution, I mean, it ran well. I didn't really have any glitches aside from trying to push 4K 60 with a single 1080 Ti, which honestly isn't that surprising because, you know, single 1080 isn't really suitable for 4K 60, but I digress. That's beyond the point. I mean, the game did look beautiful. Like playing this made me want to go visit Montana. This is probably the best advertisement Montana has ever had in the history of Montana. So yeah, great job on that. Story. Let's talk story here. So, start, I like. Shit kicks off. Go where you want. Tons of shit to do. But it, you know, focus on the 3 different siblings as you knock each one out. Father kind of has his breakdown. And honestly, I was enjoying the story all the way up until the very, the very end there. It just didn't really, like, I don't know, man. They just threw such a curveball at us there with, you know, oh, surprise, the collapse is real. Like, really? You're telling me all this work, all this time spent doing all this stuff, and, hey, look, the collapse is actually real. Ah, ha, ha, you made a mistake. You shouldn't have killed him. Like, no, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. The game knows it's bullshit, and I feel like we just got screwed over. So, I mean, whatever, you know, I get it. They wanted to do they wanted to throw a curveball. They certainly did, but I don't really think I agree with that from a design decision. Honestly, I didn't think it was a very good way for them to go. So, all in all, I would still rate the game really highly. I'd probably put it at like a 9 out of 10, simply because not only was it a great entry into the Far Cry series, despite the incredibly shitty ending, the multiplayer aspect alone is so phenomenal that I think that basically counterbalances it out. And of course, I'm docking a point for the little things that I was upset with, you know, like not having enough access to the music, being one of the big ones. And I mean, honestly, that ending, God, that ending killed it for me. But either way, looks like this actually is going wrapping up our journey of Far Cry 5. So, thanks for sticking with me through this one, guys. I know a lot of you are still asking about Attack on Titan. I actually got word from Koei that they are working on a patch, and they should have one deployed relatively soon. So, the Attack on Titan walkthrough may actually be picking back up, assuming that patch actually gets delivered, which would be pretty awesome. If that doesn't come, I mean, there's a couple other games that are on the horizon. Obviously, the big one everyone's asking for is the new God of War, so that'll probably end up happening. I'm not a big fan of God of War based on the previous entries into the series, but I've heard they've made quite a few changes this time around, so it should be worth looking into. But either way, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed coming along on this journey as much as I enjoyed playing it. We'll see you next time. Adios.